Good afternoon. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Josh, and I'm going to be your presenter today. We're here to talk about using the calculate bonus payment function or feature in Church Windows Payroll. Before we get started here, just a few technical things. We are recording today's webinar event. The video of today's event will be produced and out on our website here probably within the next 24 hours. It could be today, by tomorrow, for you to revisit should you need to do so. It'll be out on the Support Center page at our website here as soon as possible. If you have questions, please type those into the questions section of the webinar control panel. I will do my best to keep an eye on those, try to get those answered for folks. If I don't get to them during the event, I'll certainly be happy to stick around and answer them after. Please keep the questions on topic, meaning about our Calculate Bonus feature. There may be another webinar event that's more suited for the other questions you have about software. Of course, our support technicians are available here today and tomorrow, 800-533-5227. Yeah, I mean, this event is scheduled for 20 minutes, but frankly, folks, this is not a terribly difficult or lengthy topic. This may not even take us that long. But we'll try to, kind of pound through the material as quickly as we can. The topic is taken from our P102 workbook, Payroll 102, pages 15 to 18. That is what I'm using as the guide for today's event. If you don't have the workbooks and are interested in that, of course, you can go to our website. Let me bring that up here, churchwindows.com, and go up here to beginning. And right here, we've got the training workbooks. Okay, you can purchase those online, download and print the PDF. There may even be a video out on our support center here on the calculating the bonus payment, using the bonus payment. Sure enough, right here, we've got calculate bonus payment. Calculate bonus, run from 15, one from 17. We do try to get to these every year or two, try to get through all this, but frankly, this topic, folks, has not changed in a number of years. The video that's out here from 2017 or 15 is pretty much probably going to be exactly what we're going through today, okay? So just an FYI. All right, let's dive in. So here we are at our Calculate Payroll, or our payroll screen, Payroll 2019 SR2, that's our current version of Church Windows. At any point during the year, churches will give employees a bonus. Oftentimes it's at the end of the year, doesn't have to be. The bonus payment function can be utilized at any point in the payroll year, okay? But many times it does happen, right at near the end of the year in December, Christmas, what have you. And the calculate bonus payment function allows you to produce those bonus checks quickly and easily, and the calculate bonus payment function does offer some unique things that just calculating as regular payroll, calculating it as a regular payroll check does not. You can certainly go ahead and calculate payroll. We go into payroll and calculate payroll, and we're going to go to next. And we're going to choose a specific employee here. Like right here, we will advise folks can use this additional section right here under our payroll, calculate payroll 3 screen that will allow you to add an additional amount to an existing check or to edit out the regular if you wish, and use the additional here if you so choose, okay? That's just one of the 3 methods that you can use for, calculating a bonus payment. That still then is considered part of their taxable income, added as part of their regular pay, separate from their regular pay, shows up as additional, debits that same regular bonus pay or regular expense account for their regular gross pay. So of our 3 options, that's one of the 3, okay? However, we do have under payroll, the 3rd option down here is called calculate bonus payment. And that's what we're really here to talk about today, okay? So if we choose calculate bonus payment, unlike the regular payroll, it doesn't have a pay period ended and settlement date. It is simply a payment date, okay? So let's say we're going to be calculating a bonus payment for our employees for June 1st, okay? Mid-year bonus, okay? We would go to next. So once we've entered that date, each of the screens are numbered. Calculate bonus payment 1. All of the calculate screens are numbered. So just like calculate payroll is, or calculate adjustment, so is calculate bonus payment. So we would enter the date of the bonus, the date that it's actually going to show up on their pay records and in our books. We go to next. So calculate bonus payment 2 is who are we going to be giving our bonuses to. So again, we're going to just choose a couple of select employees here. We're going to choose a minister and a layperson. So once we've selected those folks, you can choose them based on the regular standard criteria too. This just allows us a different level of control. Then we're going to go to next. So it calculate bonus payment 3. So it always shows up with the bonus amount of 0, okay, because it's waiting for us to key in what bonus amount are we wanting to give to each one of our employees. So Larry is our senior pastor, so we're going to say we're going to give him a $500 bonus, and then we're going to come down to Jimmy. He's our custodian. We're going to give him a $250 bonus, okay? Essentially, these are the gross pay amounts, okay? What we're really here to look at on our Calculate Bonus Payment 3 is right down here. So it says choose method of withholding taxes, okay? So that is kind of really the rub of what we're here to look at, okay? So by default, it selects the gross up option, okay? So the gross up is basically where the wages are increased by an allowance for the amount for the bonus as it's related to the employee share of Social Security and Medicare. Basically, we want both Larry and Jimmy to receive the full bonus amount. So we want them to receive a check for $500 and $250 respectively, okay? So if we leave gross up, and it does say do not use for employees subject to Medicare surtax, frankly, that's 99.9% of most employees won't qualify for that, so don't worry about that. So when we go to gross up income, we're going to simply click next. And then at our calculate bonus payment 4, we're going to click browse calculations down here in the bottom right. Let me steer some focus right here, browse calculations, okay? When we click on that, it opens up our browse edit calculated bonus payment taxes, okay? So notice here to the right, net pay for both Jimmy and Larry shows up as $500 and $250 respectively, okay? Larry, being a minister, doesn't pay any taxes, so there are no taxes when we have his name highlighted. Down here at the bottom we show amount withheld for federal 0, state 0, no Social Security and Medicare because he's a minister, and the gross taxable amount is $500, okay, for federal, state, and local. When we click on Jimmy, it shows again federal and state tax amounts withheld of 0, okay. Gross taxable amounts are $270.71 for both federal, state, and local. Basically, there's no taxes withheld, but because the Social Security Administration still requires that those amounts for both employer and employee are paid, okay, it's adding on the amount of the employer's Social Security and Medicare and employees to the pay, okay? So it's only showing amounts withheld for Social Security and Medicare, and then, of course, it's adding it back in there so it shows the actual amount that they're showing as taxable earnings is the amount of the bonus plus the Social Security taxes, okay? Let's close out of this and let's go back and look and see. And so you would just calculate the check at that point forward like you would normally, okay? If we go back now and we choose standard withholding, and then we go to next, still leaving the same bonus amounts, and click next and browse calculations, we show that the net check amounts here in the upper right are the amount of those bonuses less taxes. So then everything is subject to tax at that point, okay? So if again we click on Larry, no federal taxes, he is opting to pay federal or state tax. He doesn't have Social Security and Medicare withheld because he's a minister, but he is paying in local taxes, okay? So there are tax, that's why it's going down by that $7.75. When we go to Jimmy, he is having federal tax withheld, his state, his Social Security, all local taxes, and his net pay amount, of course, is that $250 bonus amount less the amount of taxes that are being withheld. So it all determines, it's all basically, folks, based on how much do you want the actual net check amount to be and how do we want the taxes to be applied, okay? Yes, you're absolutely right when you're thinking that if we do the gross up option, there is no money, no federal tax or state tax or local taxes being withheld from Jimmy's check, or the pastor for that matter, if they're choosing to have those other taxes withheld. But in the long run, typically those types of withholding amounts are made up in other pay periods tax withholdings. So typically, if federal taxes aren't being paid in, they're just going to get a lesser or smaller refund in their refund for the following, in the following January or year, spring, okay? But in any case, how much do you ultimately want them to receive in their check, and how do we want to have the taxes applied? So if we leave the gross up option, we're good with that. We would go to next. You can print some pre-posting reports here by checking these if you wish. Go to next. It opens up a preview of the reports. Calculate bonus 5, 1 of 4 at the top here. Each one of these is a different report. Can send those to our printer. Then we click next and it takes us to our calculate bonus payment 6 screen where it's asking us to post to payroll. Yes, of course, that's why we're here. We do want to print checks for our bonus checks for our employees, and we want to transfer it into accounting, and we'll simply click finish. It tells us payroll bonus pay calculation was posted successfully, and here we are at our print checks assign check numbers screen, just like we would for regular payroll checks. When we go to next, after entering that starting check number, it opens up our standard check printing preview. We would ensure check stock is in our printer, and we would then send that to our printer, okay? We're going to trick it into thinking that. So we're going to send it to a PDF file instead. Whoop, that wasn't good. So then when we go to next, we're going to say, yes, the check's printed correctly. Okay, we've waited to examine the checks as they've come off the printer. They're good. The formatting is no different than regular checks. We click finish. As soon as we do that, then the first 2 steps are complete, and it should open up our transfer into accounting and allow us to transfer this pay as it normally does into our accounting system, okay? It's all about the gross up versus standard withholding, folks, and how much do we want them to receive in their actual check amounts. It's really what that calculate bonus payment does. The calculate bonus payment is the only one that has the gross up option, okay? So if you want them to receive that gross amount as their net, you have to pretty much use the calculate bonus payment option, okay? All right, well, that is our conclusion of our topic today.